High-waisted trousers, they're not for everyone, at least if you go by my comment section. But I did get a comment the other day asking, what about brands for high-waisted trousers for someone that's trying to get into them? Not literally into them, but into wearing them. So what I've done is put together a list of brands that do a wide variety of high-waisted trousers, but ones that I feel would be more appealing to someone that's just looking to get into them. So the things I've thought about here are the things that I thought about when initially I was getting into wearing high-waisted trousers, and that's, I didn't want to look too old-fashioned and old-manish, so I didn't want it to rise too high, I didn't want it to be too wide, and I didn't want to be too boxy and roomy. So they were the main things, and I put together this list to consider all of that. So I also tried to include different types. So because you don't want them roomier, doesn't mean you can't have pleats. So I've tried to include a wide selection here. Obviously, if you have any other recommendations, do drop them in the comments as well. But before we do get into the video and the list, I'd just like to ask if you get anything from the video at all, if you could like and subscribe. Check out archerandwoods.com for pre-owned menswear, and sign up to the Substack The Guidance, which is just a newsletter I send out a couple of times a week, maybe 3 on a good week, with lists of brand recommendations, a curated list of pre-owned items that I find from different websites like eBay, Depop, Grailed, and any other general ramblings. So actually today I just sent one out with my list of items that I bought from Amazon Prime Day, and that includes things like skincare stuff, alcohol, all that stuff, pants, it's all in there. So yeah, sign up to the Substack, I'll put everything in the description. But let's get into the high-waisted trousers that aren't too high or too wide and wearable for people that haven't tried them in the first place. Right, so first up we have Buck Mason's Fox Air Fresco Graduate Pant. A lot to say there, but these are some really interesting trousers that go between that line of casual and smart quite easily. They've got a really nice rise to them, as will every item in this list. But they're relatively straight, slim, they're flat fronted, and they're made from a breathable fresco wool from Fox Brothers cloth. And it says here to wear it on a suit on its own, and they're $298, so they're not cheap, but they are a really lovely shape, and I like how they're slim around the sort of crotch and waist area and the seat area, so they're very easy to wear, especially for someone that's not used to that high rise. It's just a nice pair of slimish straight trousers that just got that extra bit of elevation, and I think as I say, you can wear this in smart casual situations. You can really grow into wearing these trousers and gradually get used to that higher rise. So next up we have trouser specialist Kit Blake and their new Cane Tobacco brown linen trousers. These are £295, so similar to the Buck Mason ones. Now, Kit Blake makes various different models. The Cane is the one that is the slimmest and a flat front. And they have, as I say, a nice high rise. They've got side tabs on, whereas the Buck Mason ones had belt loops. So it's a little bit more advanced in terms of wearing smarter, higher waisted trousers. So maybe that next step further. But again, straight legged, love the top sort of tobacco colour. And yeah, if you're going to buy trousers from them and you're not too sure, Cane I feel would be the first one to go for, but I mean all the others are great. They've got pleated ones, they've got double pleated ones, and they are fantastic, but these are just the more beginner friendly, I guess. So actually going to stick with tobacco, and this is an option from Natalino. So these are the single pleat trouser in tobacco brown linen, so similar, but these have a pleat to them. These are £180, so a little bit cheaper. But as you can see here from this photo, these are relatively straight. They do have that pleats. There's a little bit more room around the crotch area, but they come down in a very slim leg. And for someone that is 5'7", I'm happy to wear a trouser like this with pleats and not worry about looking too squat, if you know what I mean. Because the way these come down into a very slim shape, absolutely fine. But they got a great rise to them as well. Side adjusters also. So again, maybe this is the next step on if you try something flat fronted. If you are cautious about it, if you prefer a pleated trouser, jump straight in because these are absolutely fantastic trousers, and Natalino is a great option. Okay, so next up we have Community Clothing. So these are a slim stretch chino in navy, and these are £85, so super affordable. I wanted to make sure I included all price points. They come in various different colours. I've chose the simple navy ones here. They've got it's a higher rise, but it's on the cusp of being mid to high, so it has that height to it. But as a trouser, they're very simple, but also very versatile in what you can do with them in terms of wearing them more casual or wearing them smarter. And yeah, Community Clothing is a really interesting brand that really focus on the materials used, and at that price point you really can't go too wrong. Next on the list we have Berg & Berg, one of my absolute favourites, and these are the cotton trousers in cream, and this is the Alfie style. Slim again to the leg. And yeah, just an ever so high rise. It's not massively high, so if you are really cautious about looking too old-fashioned, you don't have to worry about it with these at all. So let's say here this Alfie is a slightly smarter take on the time-tested cotton chino created with versatility in mind. The Alfie trouser has a high-rise, flat front and a regular fit leg, designed to be a truly everyday pair of trousers. These can be worn almost anywhere with almost anything. And yeah, these are just a great option for something a little bit smarter, lightweight for the summer. And as you can see here from this photo, like, it's only a small margin more to make that higher rise. Like, his torso and his leg proportion is just right, and it's only just a smidge more than him being 50-50. So if you are concerned about losing too much of this area here, if you've got, say, long legs and maybe a shorter torso, it's a small amount. And with, like, say, something like Bergenberg, you're not going to get anything too over the top or old fashioned. So this is a really good option. Right, so next up we have Edit Suits, and this is their Holland and Sherry dark tan twill cotton custom trouser. So it's a medium weight pair of trousers in a really nice, interesting color. And again, this is more of a sort of like chino sort of trouser. So if you're someone that doesn't want to go for a very traditional wool trouser, then this is a really good option because it could be a bit more casual. But also you can 100% wear this with something a bit more smart as well, like a nice shirt or a polo. Just that little bit extra rise to them. They're not overly high. So these are really a really good choice if you're quite conservative about this height, if you're worried about it. Nice slim leg to them as well. So it's almost like if you're new to the sort of higher rise, this is like the perfect first step, maybe, if you're concerned. Just add it in there, see how you feel, and then you can go from there. So next up we have New and Lingwood, and this is probably the more adventurous out of the group, but I wanted to include this in there for anyone that really wanted to jump straight into it. So this is a charcoal flat front bamboo trouser. Really interesting shape to them. They have that extra bit of height to the rise. So as you can see on the model, just that little bit more. I think that looks a really fantastic silhouette. Very sort of Alain Delon, old school, but very classic look. Straight leg trousers. It's a flat front, so you're not going anything billowy or too big. So for me, this is just that little bit more adventurous because it's got maybe a bit more height to the rise. If you're wearing a shirt like this, and you just want to add that little bit of difference to your silhouette, this would be 100% a great way to go. These are £225 now on offer, and actually these ones are really tempting me. So we're going to look at Tom Sweeney now, and these are the most expensive on the list. These are £595. I love Tom Sweeney as a brand, and as much as I want to include the lower end, why not add the higher end? Because if it's in your budget, I think this is a brand that you should absolutely look at because they make great suits and great clothes, and in a real sort of capsule kind of way. Their color palettes all sort of go together. It's a great experience shopping there as well. These are just a really nice linen double pleated pair of trousers, and they have them in navy and beige. I've gone for the beige here because you can really see how slim they are for a double pleated pair of trousers. They're not bellowing out, they don't look old fashioned at all. They're very modern but classic at the same time. And it says here in the description, equal parts old Hollywood and mid-century jet set. Our double pleat trousers represent the ultimate in tailored elegance. Cut from beige linen, this pair is suitably lightweight and breathable. With the high rise and taper cut, it ensures you'll always look your best. Yes, as I say, pleats are not something just for taller guys, bigger guys. They can absolutely be worn by anyone. And if you like a slimmer trouser, they can be incorporated into that as well. And this is a really good example of that. So lovely pair of trousers. Yes, they're on the pricey side, but they are just an option. And pre-owned is also an option as well. So Oliver Spencer is up an ultimate one we're going to look at. And this is way more of a casual trouser, but it has a slightly higher rise, which you can't actually see in the photos here, but I've seen these in store and they look great. They're called the Judo Trouser in Padworth Green, and these are actually £90 on offer at the moment. Really lovely, interesting colour, which Oliver Spencer always do. I love their fabrics and the way they dye them. It says here the Judo trousers provide a contemporary alternative to a traditional men's trouser. With a relaxed fit and cropped finish, the Judo sits higher on the waist with a gradual taper towards the hem. So it's that ever so slightly adding the higher waist to it in a very casual trouser. It could be the first sort of jumping point for you in terms of trying out a higher waist. Something like this would be great because actually most of the time you can just wear it with a t-shirt over the top. And if you just want to see how it feels, see how it hugs your hips, and as long as you wear them at the right height as well, that could be a good point. Because one of the big reasons why a lot of guys are quite dubious about higher rises when they first try them is just how it feels. It's so different. I remember when I started wearing them, it's so different to when I was wearing low rise jeans and jeans that were just sitting way low down my waist. So it's a different feel, and actually it feels so much better because it holds you in really compactly and without being too restrictive. Of course, make sure you get the right size. If you do have the little love handles, it can hold you in a bit more. So yeah, these are a great easy option. It made 100% from linen, super soft, super easy to wear. and these would be a really good choice, and £90 is a bargain. So next up we have Aussie brand Informale. I haven't actually looked at this site for a while, and I've absolutely loved going through all their trousers. They've got some fantastic items, so I definitely recommend going through their website. The ones I've chosen here is the T140 Army Chino, and very simple, flat fronted, but look at that waist. And especially when you're trying to wear something a little bit more casual, I love something like this. It's just that extra extension to that waist that really makes that silhouette work. So if you're tucking in a shirt into your jeans or your trousers or your chinos, the difference here is so big for me. Like seeing someone that tucks into their shirt into like low rise just looks very Top Gear in my head. It looks like you're cut straight through the middle or you're top heavy, whereas this just gives such a nicer silhouette to it. Again, a little bit more higher than some of the others in here, but definitely have a look at their whole range. They've got loads that are slimmer, but these are just a really nice option, and Informale as a brand as a whole is definitely worth looking at. Anyway guys, that was my list of high-waist trousers for anyone trying to get into the scene. Let me know in the comments below which one was your favourite. Let me know as well if there's any brands I've missed out, if any recommendations you have, or if you've tried any of these on, how do you feel about them, what's your experience? Let me know in the comments. Please do check out archambers.com and sign up to the Substack, the guidance. Again, everything's going to be in the description. I'm going to put links to all of these brands in a Substack post as well, which should be out by the time this video is out. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you on the next one.